And welcome to Who Got Lyrics. Listen, I am your host, Montana Black. I got my man, J Rag, and this is the relationship edition.
Love After War.
Hold
Episode 4.
Love After War.
Or Love and War.
Love and War?
Love and War.
Love
or it
and
could be Love After War. You know, you little war and then you make a little love afterwards.
I think we definitely go to war in the beginning when you're initially making that introduction. It's a war. It's like a chess game.
Could be, yeah.
Right? So this is the Love After War edition of Who Got Lyrics with J Rag, Lisa, Alessi, and me, Montana Black, and we're gonna start it off with Rag. Like, we're gonna let you make the first introduction into Love After War. So where do you want to take the first topic?
You want to start where we
introductions?
do introductions.
Okay.
How you guys met?
Well,
and then we can go into our.
We'll let Lisa.
Like, how did you guys meet each other? And how long have you been dating? How long?
All right, so Montana and I met in, what's the name of that park?
Is it Vernon Park?
Vernon Park. Actually, that's not the first time we met. The first time we met is years ago through a mutual friend.
It's a pretty crazy story.
At her apartment. He was actually
in a relationship,
but living with her at the time. And it was kind of just like in passing by. Like,
yeah, it wasn't like
over.
I didn't know her, she didn't know me. I seen her,
like,
she seen me, and we kept it moving.
Montana, this is Lisa type of ordeal, and we just kept it moving. We didn't even pay each other any mind.
At all.
Not at all.
Actually, she was very skinny.
I was super skinny.
Skinny mini, and I was just like, nah.
But
no
and
thanks.
I
No
remembered
thanks.
then because he was with a Cambodian
Filipino.
chick. Okay. Filipino. And I don't know. My girlfriend said something and I just, whatever, brushed it off. But years later, what's that? Well, we're coming up on 2 years. That's how long we've been together for. So years later at the park in Germantown, he's got a tent.
You're skipping the part. You're skipping the part. I was hanging out with our mutual friend.
Oh, well, that's where you got to tell that.
And she showed me her picture. I did not remember her from when me and our mutual friend was living together. And I was like, I want to see about that. Just from the photo. And she was like, no, like, I don't want my friends getting together, this, that, and the third. So I'm like, all right, I left it alone. And then our mutual friend invited her to the park where I was actually doing a open mic out at the park.
Okay.
And she invited her, and this was like 3 days after you showed me the picture.
Too. Yeah.
So when she came, I introduced myself and told her what it was going to be. Like, we was going to be together. And she was like, no.
Oh, you just told her.
Yeah, I already.
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere. And and
you were like, yes, okay.
And I'm just like, no.
No, she said no.
No, it's like,
she wasn't with it at all. No.
And,
was it the approach or was it just?
it was a little bit, so like, I'm a Capricorn, loyalty.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn too, man.
So it's more so, like, I've always been a personality. I do. I take what my friends say. I listen to them because we're friends. And the only way that I even know you is through them anyway. So
Sometimes you gotta be careful with that too.
you do.
But go ahead. We could get into that.
Which, like, we're going to. But that's one of the ones that, like, I'm going to take my friend's word. And I was there for my friend anyway. I didn't even know, like, anything about. She said she was out in Montana, but I'm like, is that the one with the Philippine person? From when I remember him.
Yeah,
She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then he was persistent, but I denied. I denied until we got to dinner.
Yeah.
So our mutual friend suggested that we all go to dinner.
Mm-hmm.
As a group.
As a group.
Okay, all right.
And there was
This
two
was
other
the friend who didn't want you to date
Right.
in the beginning.
Yes.
Yes.
So we all went to dinner. There was two other people, our mutual friend and us two. And while we're at dinner, after we finish eating, the bill comes and everybody was like,
I don't got it like that.
I don't got
blah,
like
blah, whatever.
So me and her
Split
took
it.
care of the bill
Yeah.
and split it.
Okay.
And right there, like Montana, you know, he's very business savvy, so he's definitely talking about business and different ideas. He's a creative. He's always got ideas. And that was the center of attention at the table. When it came to the bill, yes, it was he and I. And that stuck out to me like a sore thumb. Like, okay. He's been persistent all night. And even then,
She was still a little leery.
I was still a little like on edge, but I was kind of like, I was starting to feel him a little more and open up a little more. And we then went to our friend's house, and we were all just hanging there.
And I made my intentions clear.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
You're gonna
Like from the rip.
Yeah,
Like,
you're gonna be my
Why beat
wife.
around the bush?
Yeah, I don't. Like,
Yeah.
this is what it's going to be.
Wasted time.
And I want a wife. I don't want a girlfriend. This is what I want. This is where I'm headed. This is what I'm dating for. And it was just like, ain't no, I'm not. What I used to be was a boy pretending to be a man.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Running around in man shoes that was flopping off my feet. Right? So that means like, I had women on the side and doing all the goofy shit that boys do because, we, at that time of my life, I didn't understand the value of a woman or what the purpose of a woman for other than recreational use.
And being in the entertainment
And being in, it was easy.
Access.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just always get what I want.
Yeah.
So
So the little bit of fight back was not normal for him. But for me, it's like, I know of you, but I don't know you. Like even Montana Black, for being honest, like I know Montana Black now that I'm with Montana Black. I didn't know Montana Black.
well, there's also an age gap. So
There is, but it's more so like
when I was
Amber
building the
is my
name
age,
Montana
he knows
Black,
you.
she was still running around in Pampers.
Pamper.
I was not in Pampers in 2006, sir.
No, this was early
then-
2000s.
So you got through dinner.
We're in early 2000s. I wasn't in Pampers.
You guys got through dinner.
We got
and then-
through dinner. We got to her house, and when we got to her house, I was still.
Now you all went back as a group still.
Yes,
Yeah.
Still in the
yep.
group setting.
Still in the group.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm on the balcony having a cigarette. He hates that I smoke a cigarette every now and
Okay.
again. And
She
he
hates that I
comes out
vape, so
and he says the same thing to me again, like very persistent again. And I was starting to ease up, like, why do you? I think I said, why do you like me? What is it?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, he wasn't letting you go home that night without
No.
saying yes.
No, not at
sounds
all.
like.
And our friend was just like, no, you two can't be together. She just kept saying it that whole night, like, you two can't be together. I looked at it from a friend's standpoint. You don't want us together because we're both your friends.
Right. And
Is that her only reason? Is because
I don't know.
Or was she trying to get a little slice of the Montana Black too?
see,
Or-
that's a little touchy
was she
because
single too? Like, and she didn't. The jealousy issue, like.
And people could get greedy too.
people do,
Like, I want
right?
it for
So,
myself.
not to put her out on Front Street, but me and her have never been in that capacity. We've never looked at each other that way.
Yeah.
It's always just been, that's a friend of mine,
Cordial.
acquaintances, right? And that's all it's ever been. And we never even thought about going in that direction.
And I just looked at it as she's my friend, she's his friend. That's really how I looked at it. I mean, you can call that kind of, I don't know, you could call that gullible or not, but I always look at it as if you're my friend. You're saying it with good intentions, not bad intentions, but that's where you have to, when you come into adulthood, you learn not everybody's intentions are always good for you because of what they might want for you or the other person. So
Most people are self-service,
Yes.
right? They want to whatever they're attempting to do is to serve themselves.
Right.
It's not always about the best outcome for somebody else.
yeah.
I am a type of person that like to create win-win situations because there's nobody in Philadelphia, right? For as long as I've been doing what I'm doing, there's nobody in Philadelphia that could be like, oh, he burnt me out of this, or he did this, or
Yeah.
he did that. There's no one that can say that because I always make sure that when I do business,
You stand
that
firm on your word.
that people, I under-promise and over-deliver.
I've always tried to keep my name clean too.
Yeah.
That way people don't mind doing business.
Because you'll be,
with me.
if once your name is Mud, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're done. So
To end
Sum
our
it up.
meet and sum it up, when we were all getting ready to leave, it was still kind of persistent on his end for my number, and
she gave me the number.
Walking off, and then I ended up giving the
Obviously.
number right before.
Gave the digits.
She gave me the
I ended up
digits.
giving the digits because everybody else was talking, and then he was going to walk to my car, and then she ended up walking to his car with him, and I just walked to my car alone.
But prior to that, did
And I
you
let
get
him know
time
when
to
I'm home.
shoot the shit and chop it up and and talk inside of the
group
party,
setting?
The group
or at
setting we
you know,
did.
So you did get time to talk.
And even
though.
bits and
Yeah.
pieces, like him coming out to the balcony right before maybe she came out to the balcony for me, like shooting a shot again and talking a little.
Yeah.
Like, we got.
Oh, but she
bits
would
and
make her
pieces.
presence known, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
She would
yeah.
try
Yeah, she
to-
Yeah.
she continued to interject.
You know,
Yeah.
sometimes people don't like if they're single and maybe unhappy, and they don't always do it intentionally, but like subconsciously they will.
What you're
want-
saying is misery loves company.
Yes, I was just trying to put it in a nice way, you know.
Well,
Because
crazy
it's a
thing
little
about
gray
that
area,
is
but-
that could be a.
Not even saying she would do it intentionally to you.
Yeah, no.
But
No,
some people
I
do it, don't
agree.
even realize they're doing it.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
But okay, so
But here we are.
he walked you out to the car, got the.
So
No,
you
he didn't get
knew-
to walk me out to
You
the
knew
car.
what you wanted. You wanted the whole
I knew
committed relationship.
that she belonged with me.
And how were you feeling at this? Where were you at in your life? Like,
to me, it just sounded like he's talking a whole lot of game.
He's just trying to get
He's
some.
talking game. And I until he and I exchanged numbers, he asked me to let him know when I'm home. He did not walk me to my car. She walked to his car with him and the person he was driving home that night. He couldn't even walk me to my car. He wanted to.
Yeah.
There was a lot of interference, and this is
Yeah.
why, like, you ever listening to the radio and driving to another city and you start losing signal.
It starts picking up
It
different
starts
channels.
picking up different
Yeah,
channels.
yeah.
Like, I knew that's what was occurring, right?
Yeah.
Like
Little interference.
It was trying to run a little interference, and whenever there's interference, there's purpose.
Yeah.
yeah.
When I did call him when I was home. We had a little conversation, but he's driving his buddy home still, and then I just said, let me know when you're home.
Yeah, that way you can have a better conversation. When people are around, it's not
We talked a
authentic.
little, and I felt a little bit more at ease because I'm actually able to just have him in my ear instead of
Yes, yeah.
Multiple people.
multiple people. And then the next day we end up talking for hours on the phone the next morning, actually, when we both
No, we
woke
actually
up.
went out the next day.
We did, but we talked for hours on the phone before we even did that. I remember because I was planning my mother's retirement.
I can't
party
talk
with
for
my sister.
hours on the phone.
We were on the phone
Like
for
I-
3 hours. That
In
morning.
the beginning,
I
you do,
believe that
you
because
know,
yeah,
maybe not
you
3
do.
hours.
Yeah.
In the beginning, you do talk.
No.
No,
Oh, we-
really.
We did.
No.
It was. You don't think it
We
was?
did.
Was
I
it
don't
an
think
hour?
it was 3 hours.
It was.
I
In
really
the
don't
beginning,
think it
we
was.
spoke more on the phone
Yeah.
when we first started talking again.
Even in the beginning of us. Yeah, we
Yeah,
were
but
texting and
you know how
talking.
many
When I was
times
down
I've
the
done
shore,
that?
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, I did that all the time, and as I've gotten older, I realized that I don't have that much. I got
No.
more days behind me than I got in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm not spending my hours on the phone.
I don't like spending a lot of time on the phone either. I like to get
But
to
when
the
I
point.
was down the shore,
and
that
deliver.
was in the first week of
No, I
us
really don't like
meeting.
sitting and hanging
Yeah,
on the
that's
phone.
what
I have a problem hanging up.
Yeah.
You know, like saying bye. Like,
I barely even talk to men on the phone.
yeah, no.
Yeah, but Montana,
But I have
the very first
we'll say
week-
my cousin. Man, I'll say bye to him like 10 times, man. It's like, all right, man. Well, I gotta go. Yeah, he's one of those.
Yeah, no.
Hey, yo, I gotta
Keep the
go.
conversation
I'll
going.
talk to you later. And he's like, all right, but look, check
Long
this
periods
out.
on
And then he
the
goes, and I'm like,
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to say.
And then-
gotta go. Talk to you later. Bye. And then
Yeah.
hang up. He
Yeah.
doesn't. He
Yeah.
won't do it.
I like the acknowledgement back. All right, bye. You know, you said bye. The conversation's ended. I feel bad banging on people
To that,
I don't.
unless it's like an argument.
I don't
where I'm
either.
like, all right, fuck this.
I don't either. Yeah.
here's the whole thing to that. I end up going down the shore that week, so he and I, after that one time hanging, weren't going to be able to hang. So we were on the phone every day. We were texting, but then we would talk at nighttime when I'm sleeping in the bed. My son's in the bed with me, my daughter's in another bed with my cousin because we were sharing beds. And he and I are on the phone, and that is for hours. So in the very beginning, we talked for more than an hour, 2, 3 hours. And that very first morning, I remember this specifically, my sister and I were planning my mother's retirement party, and I said, well, hold on, I have to, we were on the phone for about a good hour and a half to 2 hours at least, and it was going on the 3 hours. We were talking for a
So
while
let's
because we're
keep
getting to know
it
each other.
real though. In the initial beginning of our relationship, your complaint was that I had other women to talk to. That was your complaint.
Yeah, when you got
Were you
off
seeing
after
other
hours
people?
with me,
No,
you were
I wasn't
talking to
seeing
other
anyone.
women. He was just talking to.
I wasn't seeing anyone,
Yeah, yeah.
but I had other people that would that I
At 1, 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
at whatever time, right? Because I'm not in no relationship. I'm not committed to no one,
Yeah.
and I can speak to whoever
Right.
I want.
Yes,
And
yes.
your
I agree.
issue was that I had other people to talk to. So why would I spend hours on the phone?
Okay, so you're saying that you did not speak
You were
for hours,
trying
and
to.
she's saying you did.
Yes.
You just said that you.
So maybe it
wanted
was somewhere
me
in the
to be
middle.
Your wife.
Yes.
Like maybe 2 hours.
So I gave you more
I don't-
attention.
I don't
I
know.
gave you more attention than I gave anybody else. I gave you more precedence.
This is the very first week of us talking.
very
Montana.
first week.
We're not talking about a month.
I'm
that
not.
you
I'm
have
not
other
the
women
guy
that
We
you're
didn't
to
get that
spend
far.
hours on the
to.
phone.
In the even in the beginning when you're trying to court her,
Right.
You're not
Like,
I would have
court,
wanted me to say
like-
trying to.
I know what that means.
So one, I'm not that guy, right? I
Even in
don't.
the beginning, you
I
don't
don't
wanna-
lead with let's go out and get something to eat or anything like that.
Yeah.
Right. That's not my order of operation. Right. My whole thing is
Smash and eat. Like what do you mean?
And that's not what happened.
Yeah,
It
no,
was
I'm not
eat,
saying it
then
did. I'm just,
smash.
but the way
what happened.
the way you're
It
saying
was
it, he's like
eat
that's
dinner
not my
first,
order
then
of
smash.
dating. I was just curious what he was
No,
going with that.
not the order. I'm talking about the operation of how it works. Like I'm not going to be like, let's go out to some expensive restaurant or like because then it starts to lose value, right? Like when I took her out for her birthday this year
Yeah.
and seeing the happiness and
Yeah.
the like appreciation on her face, right? That is because it's not an everyday thing.
Right. The pictures look nice too. You guys look like you had a really good time. Both
We
did.
looking,
Yeah, we
both
did.
looking nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
I didn't know Center City was that clean right now. I was like, wait, that's
Christmas time.
that's Philly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Just go.
we found this
Harp
spot
and
called
Crown.
Harp and Crown. Like, and we've been in this area
Well, he's
numerous
saying
times.
we found this spot. He found the spot.
Yeah, yeah.
It was for my birthday.
I
Give
did.
yourself credibility.
Was it good?
It was amazing.
I've
The
never
spot-
been there.
Yeah.
We didn't either. Like, I just made a reservation and we went out there. And
It's literally a hidden gem.
it's a hidden
Is it?
gem in Philadelphia.
Now,
it really
the
is.
ambiance is
It's nice.
upscale, like or
Yeah.
Yes.
yes, okay,
There's a bowling alley in the Speakeasy.
okay. One of them you got to hit the
No. You ain't. There was no
with the
secret
sliding
knock.
door.
No, there was no secret knock.
You gotta come up
They
with some
should have a
weird
secret
code.
knock though. They should
Yeah.
have a secret knock
Yeah.
because you had to walk down these steps and then down this.
Like a speakeasy.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
So let's get into how you two met. Enough of us.
All right, so we dated when we were 14
Okay.
originally.
My best friend was his cousin. They were-
Okay.
and
Guy or girl?
Girl.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, guy, we'll get guy friends with.
She.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. So I met him through her, and we were young, but he was 15, turning 16. I was 14,
I'm like a year and
Okay.
some change older.
and he was in his career, his modeling career,
At that point, I was still modeling and acting.
and I wasn't into it. I wasn't. He wanted
This
to.
sounds very
It didn't-
familiar.
It didn't
But what do you mean you
grab
weren't
your
into it?
attention how most other women it probably would.
Right, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah,
You see
it
more
wasn't
in him
for
than
me.
just that.
Right, and it didn't work out.
Well, at the time, I was living in Ventnor, New Jersey, and I was having, coming back and forth. So there would be times where, a month would go by and I wasn't back in the city.
He wouldn't even call
So yeah,
for like months.
Yeah.
For months.
Somewhere in a
And then,
small
like,
town.
we were supposed
Locking
to
the
still be
mall
dating.
down.
But we were young.
but
Yeah, your
so we
babies.
I tried a couple times after that to stop by the house and see in between us dating other people, but it just the timing never worked out.
We just stayed friends.
So it was timing.
The timing never worked out.
but
then.
we stayed.
But
We were.
we were both
friends.
young. We both
Yeah.
in the distance. We probably would have ended up cheating on each other anyway, or ended up seeing other people. Like especially with the distance and the time between.
Her
Okay.
face just said everything.
That if we tried to stay together from that
You
point, it would have
already
never worked out
cheated.
anyway.
Yeah.
She says I cheated on her, but I didn't. I had friends set me up, and
She set you. Who set you up?
My friend, we'll say Mike. And then a couple other girls who were plotting on getting with me, and my friend was plotting on getting with her. So they came up with a concoction together to say, that I was cheating on her, and then he followed up. He would call her and stop by and try to get with her.
Wow.
And this guy that was
backbiting.
Friend?
at the time. Yeah.
The heck with
Yeah.
that.
But that was his
knew
MO. He would do it to all his friends.
He never cleared up anything. He
Yeah.
was just like, you believe it or you don't. That's it. That's
Yeah.
how he was.
But yeah, so like they
You're
were
gonna
telling her, I'm like,
believe it.
I didn't, I don't know. But if you want to
In
believe
true
that,
Capricorn fashion, you
I was
believe
like,
it or
I
you
can't.
don't.
I'm like, I'm not going to keep explaining like that I didn't do it. But like, how did they find a love note that I wrote? Where would they get it?
From the girl you wrote it to.
And when was that from? Like somebody went in my drawer and snatched up an old love letter that I might have wrote. It wasn't current,
Right.
and it wasn't to the person they said it was to either.
And then in the meantime, still, that's when he was like gone for like a month. And
All
So in
that
her head, I
went
was
down.
just cheating
so
anyway.
I didn't want that. I was 14. I mean,
Yeah.
it
We
was,
were young. It would have never worked, right?
It was, yeah.
But the
and
fact that we came back around full circle years later, like
How
now
many
it's meant
years?
to be
How many years in between?
20, 25?
I think
So
it.
14, and we about 3.5 years ago.
So I caught my husband cheating on the day my dad coded at the hospital.
Oh, Lord.
On your what?
The day my dad coded in the
Coded.
hospital.
Her dad was in the hospital
Yeah.
going through like,
Yeah,
some serious
sorry.
stuff.
Wow.
And it was, I came home and I caught him cheating.
In the bed?
No, on the phone. On the phone.
He
So
was
you didn't actually see.
No, I read
He was
enough.
sleeping on the
Read
couch and his phone
yeah.
was blowing up,
I read enough.
Okay.
and she was the recipient of the
Text messages.
full-on sexting messages.
It was difficult to read. We were married for over 10 years.
Especially
so-
when your dad's health is not in the best.
Right. I mean, it was just, there was a lot of emotions with that. And then he had to go. And then, it was a very bad breakup. And I put something online with the pictures, something, giving the middle finger. And he's like, oh, something ain't right. So he messaged me like, are you okay?
Who messaged you?
Me,
He
I
did.
just was like, "Are
Okay.
you good?" Like she
we-
was looking for reassurance, kind of thing. Like,
Okay.
she's like, I'm
And
like,
you
you
didn't
still
know
look
her to
beautiful.
be
I'm
that
like,
way.
I was like, you
No,
good?
it
Yeah.
wasn't like something I would do.
You're
I don't
confident.
post anything.
Yeah.
I don't post anything.
Like, it's more like venting. Yeah, but
Okay.
you could tell, like in the picture, something was not,
Yeah.
was not good.
Okay.
But at the time, my family was dealing with my dad. And I didn't have my husband to turn to with my dad. And then I didn't have my family to turn to with my husband. So I was like alone. It was like
I know that feeling.
the most lonely feeling in the world. Like, because it just, everybody has their own shit that they're dealing with. It was too much.
And she's got a child. Her little
Two-
girl is just
My
not even a year
daughter
yet.
was a year and a half.
About a year. Yeah.
So you had your 2 children
Yeah.
too. So that's even more of a
Right, and it was It was hard.
distraction. You don't have time to heal.
No, and then he was
Herself.
there. He was there. Like, we were friends. We stayed
Yeah.
as friends, and like he was like friendly, and then it developed from there.
Yeah.
But it was
Like I just sent a message saying, you good? Everything all right? And I was like, you're still beautiful, and that was it. And then
So you reassured her and help her maintain her confidence
and
in
well, he listened to me cry for a very long time.
and then we would just talk,
lot.
on the phone or text or
Okay.
for a while after that. And then
So talking and allowing her to vent her everything she's
what
trying
was
to
going on with
process and going through.
the marriage, the situation,
Which
they were
was
in.
her outlet
and her
because you
father,
don't
because her
have
father
that.
still was
No, I
currently
didn't
in the
have- I
hospital
didn't
at that
have
point.
I mean, it was
So-
bad. I mean, they didn't know if my dad had brain damage. It was if he was ever going to get out of the hospital. It was, and the thing is, I already knew this was going to happen, and I was on the phone with the hospital. Why? Right before it happened, saying he's going to code. Something's going to happen, and they're assuring me that it won't. And then while on the phone,
He's coding.
he coded, and it was just like, and you hear the code blue in the room that number he was in over the speakerphone while I was on the phone with the doctor. And it's just so frustrating because I said it was going to happen for almost 2 days, 2 full days. I told them it was going to happen. So that frustration.
Sounds very familiar.
It does
It
because
was a really rough time.
now did your father pass?
No, thank God, no.
No, he made it.
Good.
Yeah, no.
He did,
He-
and it was a lot of arguing with doctors and administration, and I just kept being told, you have to focus on your father. Don't worry about your marriage. Like, meanwhile, my kid's father moved out, and my kids are devastated. And I had to, like, put that all aside and focus on getting, 'cause I'm a registered nurse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just, I know my dad is a balancing act. Too much of one thing helps one, but it hurts the other parts of his body. So it was a very, again, difficult, rough time. And Joe was there for me. And it was, and then with that, we reconnected from where
Now-
we were back then.
Here's my
'cause
question. Do
we
you
have
guys
a history, like, it's
think
like-
that might have been trauma bonding?
No.
No, because we already had a
We
past.
already talked. We talked every now and then, like, but not like,
Check in on each other, like when my
Yeah.
grandmother was sick, when my mom died, my dad died. You know,
Well,
like we
you're
would just.
also, she's
"How you
best
doing?"
friends with your cousin, so it makes sense to,
Yeah.
you know, to ask you that question too. She's best friends with your cousin.
Now it was easier than like going out in the wild and
Yeah.
trying to date strangers.
we had a rough time
Okay,
in the
yes,
beginning.
absolutely.
We had a lot of issues in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was
It
not
was rough because
easy.
she was still going through my marriage is falling apart. Do I want him back? Do I? You go through all those stages of grief.
Yes.
And like when that happens.
And
Yeah,
you
you literally have to mourn somebody while they're still alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joe said it the best. I had to forget the person I made him out to be. Like,
Yes.
he wasn't a real person.
The image that you projected onto him
Yeah.
was not who he actually was.
No, he wasn't. I mean,
that's
it just,
why it disappointed you.
yes. And it just,
So
So wait, going into it, I knew that it was going to be a challenge, different. Like dating somebody that's just
but
freshly
let's unpack
coming out
what
of
she
a,
just said, right? She was projecting an idea of who this man was onto him, right? And then had to have a funeral in her head for the idea of the man, not the
Yeah.
actual man
No.
while he's still alive. So a lot of times in relationships, what happens is we don't really get to know the person in front of us, right?
no, we were together for 20 years.
Right, but you were in
Married for what,
love
12?
with the idea
Ish.
of who you wanted him to be.
Yes.
Because who he really was on that phone and what you read,
Right.
and that's what he was really doing in reality. But in the reality that you created, he was a husband. See,
Yeah.
when I told her,
But wait, now if you know the person though, is there like there's
No,
a
you
spot-
don't.
But if say you do, because you're together a long time, you kind of maybe shelf some of what you do know, thinking maybe it'll be different, or this. You kind of block out what's actually happening and put in your head what.
so this is what I'm speaking to,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
exactly what
Yeah, okay.
the person that I have three siblings older than me, 3 siblings younger than me, right? I'm the middle child. I was literally the fly on the wall. I know each and every last one of my siblings. They have very little knowledge of me, right? So to get to actually know somebody, you have to do one or two things. Fight them physically, so then you'll know what they'll do, or live with them. Right? Living with somebody and seeing them at their worst and at their best, so that you know at their worst what they would do, and at their best would they like. The question that I asked myself when I met Lisa was, if I was a multi-millionaire, could I see her? Could I still have her as my wife? Right. So if I'm a multi-millionaire, I could probably have any woman that I want.
Right.
Right? Or at least not have them in the capacity of the real them. I can have them for what their intentions are, for what they want from me, right? So with her, I have to ask myself, would I still be with you if I was a multi-million billionaire? And the answer is yes. Through
Yeah.
all of our
Broke or billionaire?
broke
would
or
I still
billionaire
be?
on the bus or the Bentley.
Yeah. Yeah.
The box or the mansion is what I like to say.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same rules
That was
apply.
one of our very first conversations,
Yes.
and I remember saying to him, "I would live out of a box with you. Like it's not about how
That's
much
love.
money or whatever you have,
Yeah.
and it's really not like he's Montana Black. I don't even like he's
Yeah.
more than Montana Black to me.
Yeah. To you,
So-
you know, he's.
But when you understand who Montana Black is somebody that I had to create in order to survive my environment of where I grew up and being pretty much ignored as the middle child.
Yeah.
Montana Black existed way before the 90s where I became a rapper. Like I wasn't, when I went to the 444 building with Vidal Davis, who produced Butterflies with Michael Jackson, that's my man from Duval Street.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to give me beats when I was still moving some street pharmaceuticals and I wasn't caring about being a rap artist. I took some guys from the block around the corner from
Yeah.
me down to the 444 building to try to get
So-
them signed. So hold on. So I wasn't going to be the rapper.
Yeah.
But he gave them some California weed that had hair on it, and they couldn't rap no more.
Oh my God.
They forgot how to
They
do
forgot
it.
how to rap.
So even more than
Yeah.
Montana Black, like there's so much more to him. Like there's the inner child and nerd that he likes
Whoa,
to
whoa,
call
whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa,
There's
whoa,
nothing
whoa.
wrong with
No,
that.
we didn't.
I know what she
These
means.
are-
There's
Don't
nothing
talk
wrong
about
with
my
Things that,
nerd.
like,
Yeah.
that like
No,
I
we all
love
go through
about
that
you
stage.
though.
It's-
I
No,
love
it's not a
there-
stage for me.
It's
I'm
there's
not-
no
I
what
didn't
people
fault.
think I am,
Yeah.
right? As far as what I had to do to survive, I am the nerd.
Yeah.
Like what you see in here is my nerd hanging all the way out.
Yeah.
I don't even care no more.
No. But that's part of being creatives.
Yes.
You have
Most, I
intricacies
just made
that
this
some
post on
people
social
may
media.
not understand.
Majority of
Yeah.
all the rappers you think are these hardcore killers, they all nerds.
No.
They probably have pencil
Well, they're
pocket
good with
protectors or
words.
some shit.
mean-
First of all, they're good with words. You got to
Yeah.
be good with words. You got to
So
have
they're
some kind of-
nerds.
Yeah.
Right. You have to have some kind of intelligence.
Like
to rap.
poetry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
It's-
people.
These guys write poetry, they're
Yeah.
nerds.
Right.
A lot of
It's
people that
not
would read
easy.
my rhymes are like, this is like poetry more than
Yes.
it is like.
People think it's easy. It's
Like-
Yes,
not.
most rap artists are nerds. The DJs is actually the cool guys.
Yeah, right? Yeah, but when I'm home, I'll
They
watch
gotta know
YouTube.
that's
I'll watch
technology,
jewelry
so-
and watch videos.
Yeah, they're a little nerdy too.
Yeah.
And, you know, it drives her crazy, but I'll watch
Anybody
jewelry and watch
successful.
videos all day. And,
Yeah.
Anybody successful, you have to have some kind of nerd in you.
Yeah.
I mean, but you also, have to have that killer instinct, that Kobe, that Black Mamba instinct. You know what I'm saying? When you're gonna pull the trigger or when you're not, that flight or fight mentality as well. So, and this all trickles into relationships because nobody wants to feel the pain. Nobody wants to go through the pain. We're all trying to guard ourselves from the pain. Me, personally, I should have gave up on relationships 20 years ago,
yeah.
right?
I hear
But
that feeling. Yeah.
I'm here for the pain. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Love and War.
You
Love
got
and war.
This
there you
this
go.
is what this
That's
is.
the
Listen,
Tamar Braxton song. We stay on the front lines.
yeah, you
Only at Love
don't
and War.
you don't get no reward without risk,
right.
You have to risk if you're going to find.
and sometimes
the
you
person.
have to risk everything.
And you have to know the pain,
And it's
know the
hard
good.
Yes.
to
You
find
gotta
the right
feel it.
person. I
Here's
think you
the-
could go
here's
through a
the
lifetime
thing.
trying to find that right person.
Trying to find the right person, but also knowing that's the person.
Yeah.
So there are
There has to
many
be a
topics
knowing.
of conversation that he and I have, and I'm like, oh, you're so annoying. I can't stand you. Oh my goodness, this that. But then, no, you're my person.
How's it going?
I love you. I don't prefer it any other way.
Yeah.
Even in the unknown, I still know he's my person.
Yeah.
That's sweet. That's sweet.
But it's reversed too, right? Like,
But as,
get on my last fucking nerves.
yeah. And
Stubborn-
there's,
I
you
do.
get, you,
Hey, Rag, you're a Capricorn.
You can't. It's,
What
that's why
level?
you
What
love
is your
someone.
level of stubbornness?
I could be stubborn sometimes,
I'm
but I
super
also
stubborn.
am willing. Like,
So we
I
have
will
a
accommodate.
male. We have a male and female
No,
Capricorn,
I'm not stubborn.
and we have a male and female
I'm more
Cancer.
accommodating. I think.
Yes, you're very. Yeah.
I've got-
Accommodations and stubbornness, right? So you.
I like to do things my way. Like I don't like as far as change and but I am willing to like accommodate and
Well, that's the masculinity in you,
put
right?
some things like that bother me. I will just, you know what? I'm not even going to bring it up. What's the point?
Oh,
So-
yeah, that's the opposite. I'm
Yeah,
going to bring it up.
she's female. She's going to bring it up.
I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it to your attention. It's effective.
That's why I said that's the masculinity
A lot
in
of
you.
times,
He
though,
brings it up.
I'll wait till I know
Like,
the
he'll
answer.
be like, he'll say something and
I
like,
do.
never mind, and then I'm like,
I do. I don't know if
"Just
it's-
say it. I go crazy.
But I don't know if it's calculating. But I wait until I know the answer. That way, when I ask, I'm like, all right.
So you know
So
what?
then I'll hold shit in and keep it until I know the answer.
Police only
That way,
ask
when I
questions they
you,
know the
and if
answer to.
If you don't,
And then
if
he
you don't tell me
writes
the
songs
truth,
about it, and that's how I
But
find
this
out.
is what irritates me about her. Don't ask me if you already fucking know.
I'm asking to see what you're going to say.
And that's the part-
Is it going to match?
That's what's going on, brother.
And that
that's
is
the
where I'm
part
calculating
that I'm not really keen on. Like,
Yeah.
you want to test me to see if I'm going to have balls and say what the truth is?
Well, no,
I'm going to tell you the truth anyway.
yeah. See, I don't like to shoot out in the dark. Like, you don't have the information, or you just. You just say something off of like what
no,
you're
I'm not
feeling at the
doing
time,
that.
and then it's like,
Hold on. Cancer to cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you give a fuck?
No.
Exactly. We don't. We're going to tell you what you don't want to know.
sometimes.
I
It depends.
disagree. Cancers get very. You
know,
say it's not emotional, but you
know.
do. There's emotion there.
See, this is
It's
the
for caring for
preset. This is the
somebody.
preset information that has been put out in the world about cancers. Is that we are emotional.
I'm not going off that. I'm going off my
We're
experience with it.
family oriented, not emotional. Not all right. We are.
But
emotional.
even when it comes down to family, it can
and
be
then-
fuck them too.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
if-
It takes a lot.
it takes a lot.
But when you get there, I'm
It's
done. I
fuck
can't.
them.
Yep. Yeah.
Once it's fuck you,
It's hard to turn.
you can't.
around.
Yeah, you ain't no U-turning.
It's hard. It's hard. You put up that wall now, and it's just done.
So if it's fuck me, then it's gonna be fuck you.
yeah, there's only so much you
As a
can take.
cancer male, and with my family, you know who I was to my family, to my brothers and sisters, the fucking executioner.
Yeah.
The executioner.
What?
I'm gonna
He
tell
does
you
the job for all of them.
when and I don't. They can comment on this. They can say whatever they want, but I've never befriended none of their significant others because when it came down to, there is no choice. I don't give a fuck what they did to you.
Yeah.
I'm on their side.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm team sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they could have fucked you over, cheated on you, you mad, and they hit you, whatever. It's still fuck you.
But that's how it
doesn't
should
mean you
be.
But
don't
they
tell-
never did that for me.
Yeah. That's how it should
They
be. Your family
chose
should stand by you.
my significant others over me.
Yes, that's how I feel. Yep, I feel the same way.
Because a lot of sometimes her family would sometimes side with the ex-husband even though knowing not
And
even,
that's crazy.
even though not
That
knowing
is
the facts.
crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't, and I
With bad
personally,
stuff.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
That's crazy. I personally, myself,
But the same thing.
I'm one of 6 myself. I don't side with your significant other. I side with my siblings. So even if you come at them, I just let you know that it takes 2 to tango.
Yeah. Now,
Like,
will you tell them if they're wrong or not, though? Because that's
yeah,
another
I do.
thing you have to do.
Yeah, my siblings.
Yeah.
You can't
oh,
blindly
absolutely.
support
But
them
you
like-
say it
No,
to
that's-
them
I did.
only. You
I
don't
did.
tell the
Yeah.
entire
No,
world.
but you do have to
tell
tell them
them
on the
tell your
side, like,
sibling.
hey,
Like even
gotta chill, you're-
if the pistol had to come out with the boyfriends with my sisters,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what they did. I don't care what they did. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to my brothers, I never befriended any of your female significant others.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
When
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
married, though, it's different. You do become like
No, I don't give a
family
fuck
and,
if you're
like-
married. I don't give a fuck you got kids with them.
Yeah, okay.
At the end of the day, this is what my father told me. If one of y'all come home beat up, y'all all better come home beat the fuck up.
Well, yeah, okay. That's
And that was the end of it for me.
Fight one, you fight all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree
My
with
dad
that.
said the same thing.
And that's
Yep.
how we grew up.
And that was it for me. But they didn't follow that protocol.
Yeah.
That was my objective. My siblings didn't follow that protocol. I go to my fucking sister's kid's birthday party, and you invited my baby mom, who looked the judge in the face and told him to go ahead and send him to jail. And I had to sit in jail for 3 days before I gave the judge $8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got her at your kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
You should be beating her the fuck up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
point there being is that, when it does come to your siblings, your mentality is to your family, to your siblings.
Mine was.
And
And I'm the same way with my
mine.
woman, right? So even, I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize. Because as a matter of fact, finish your statement before I even go into this trope.
Like loyalty to your siblings. And sometimes family, let's be real with one another, family is the worst too. Because they're quick to turn on you or tell you what to do, but then they're still over there entertaining their happiness, their relationships, but telling you to leave. It's the same as friends.
Church.
So with that being said, I am definitely a Capricorn through and through. I'm going to let you know when you're wrong.
Gonna let you know when you're wrong.
And I'm going to shut up.
Take that.
But
take
I'm going
that.
to.
Right, I'm a hype man.
No Diddy. But I'm gonna also
You
I'm gonna
can't know
defend
Diddy.
you. I can't know Diddy, but I just want to say it. Sorry guys. But I'm gonna let you know when you're wrong, but I'm also gonna defend you. They're not gonna know that I'm letting you know that. That's
Right.
between you and me.
Right.
But I'm gonna let you know, hey yo, I should not have to deal with that. I should not have to listen to this. Here's where you're wrong. Here's where they're wrong. You're an adult. You decide what's best for you. But don't put me in your bullshit when you don't even want to leave your bullshit.
Yeah.
But that's what I meant by strong enough to tell them, even if it's privately, like, hey, man, you were in the wrong. Like,
Yeah.
you can't do that to her.
Yeah, there's a lot my
You
family
can't-
didn't know.
I'm sure.
I hid and lied to them
Constantly.
way more than
As you
should've.
should.
And I can understand that and why.
And it was, they were woken up to a reality that I hid from them for years and years and years. So it was hard for them to get out of that mindset. But then again, once they seen the truth, they should have
No, they still
always
followed him and believed
backed
him.
me up.
Yeah.
Of course, they would argue with him with a couple of things, but then as soon as they're mad at me about something, then it's
They're gonna bring that shit up and use it against
they're
you.
gonna we're gonna
Or
Weaponize.
they talk to him.
we're
Yeah.
gonna do this, and it's just
So that's narcissism at its finest too.
I don't know
From
to call that
family.
narcissism or not, because at the end of the day, that is a clinical diagnose that needs to be taking place. We can't just place a label on people and say that that's the problem, right? So we can say if people are lacking empathy. We can say if they're not being understanding to your plight.
I didn't mean from her family. I meant from the
From whoever. Like that has been a buzzword in since the last 10, 15 years as far as narcissism, but
everybody uses that.
everybody uses that word.
Well, they
like-
use it too easily. I'm coming from a standpoint of even my own personal experience. Like I can actually relate to you a lot.
Yeah, but can you
where-
empathize?
Where understanding him and why?
No,
he did
where
that?
you can actually feel the emotion of what she had to.
Yeah.
So
Even down to my own family.
you know how sometimes when you're talking to somebody and they're like, "Oh, that happened to me too," right?
Yeah.
So they
But
want to
it's-
relate,
that's
but they
just a
don't
me
empathize.
too.
Yeah,
moment.
right. It
This
just
is
the
I know what you mean.
entanglement
of the significant other, well, your ex-husband in your scenario, but how your family is kind of coerced into believing them so much that your back's not just against the wall. They don't. They don't believe you. You're who.
Right. And I mean,
It's your
I
family.
come with receipts. Is that the word? Like,
Yes.
I am not going to say anything unless I can't prove it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel like I have to be now.
Yeah.
Like, if I say anything,
Yes.
I'm going to have the proof.
Yes.
I'm not
So
gonna
what would
in
be
the
what would be
pudding.
proof for you?
video, text messages, everything. I have everything.
Or
now
even the
to
way that
show.
he would talk to your family and your family comes to you and then you're like, but I told you this, and then years later your family comes, oh my God, you were right. No, duh.
I never get, I'm right. I'll never be right. I will never be right.
So are you more concerned with being right than being?
No. Being believed.
Believed. That makes sense.
So here's the thing, right? We're sitting inside of a store that I made up about some time traveling people that came from the year 2075 to change the course of hip hop.
Okay.
And before anybody believed what I was saying, I was wearing spandex tights in Center City with a space helmet on.
Were you?
I was.
Okay. All right.
Right? And
Do you have pictures?
I do.
Okay.
And the belief did not matter. It doesn't matter if anybody believe that if I tell you that I can see the future. Does it matter if you believe me?
It matters if you're called the liar. If you're a liar, this didn't happen.
Well, you probably are going to call me a liar. If I tell you I can see the future.
You're Cancer. I believe you.
Well, because you're a
Not
Cancer.
that. Yeah. You know stuff. You don't know how you know it. You know it.
And you just took the words out of my mouth. But you're a Cancer, right?
Yeah.
And this is the plight that we have. And I'm not saying that it's a feat that other people can't do.
No.
Right? Because 2 and 2 equals
4.
And we all knew you was going to say
Right.
that. Right? We all knew you was going to say 4. So that is a form of being able to tell the future, right?
Right.
So if I set you up
I
to
can see that coming.
Right. You can see it coming.
Yeah.
But in situations like when the white girl run through the forest with the killer chasing her, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
She's
right.
going to do what?
Die. She's gonna get killed.
She's going to trip.
Oh yes.
And fall.
Yep. Exactly. All right. Well, I jumped.
Right. Of course. You jump right to the end.
Right.
But that's a female trait. Right. But we know she's going to trip. She's going to fall. We know in the horror movie that the jock is going to die. The whore is going to die. The weed head is probably going to survive. And the virgin is going to survive. We know that in the horror movie. That has been the script for years.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? So when I say I can see the future, we know, all right, so this is the scenario. These are the characters. We know everybody's role. We know Pippin's role. We know Jordan's role. We know Dennis Rodman's role. We know Shaq's role. We know Kobe's role. We know who's going to be who on the team.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many archetypes.
And their limitations too.
Right. So, for somebody like Rag that has the ambition of creating what he wants to make in his reality, right? Mm-hmm. More than likely, I can see him having success in the endeavor that he wants to embark on. Okay, because his track record has shown that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Or you guys, I would assume would want to be. You're a registered nurse. She's in construction. She don't want to do construction no more. So now she has to find a new path, right? So we don't know what that path is going to be but I know she was successful in becoming a construction worker, right? So whatever path that she chooses, I can almost guarantee that she's going to find success in it because of what she has already done. This is how we're able to see the future. So when it comes to relationships, and I don't think she believes this about me yet, right? I know, based on what I know about her already, how our relationship is going to go. I know what I have done. I have seen what she has done, and what we're both tired of, and what we're both have endured, and why the purpose of why we're here right now. Right, and all we have there's nothing for us to believe. All we have to do is act on it.
So I believe that. So like. Go in circles. So like how we 25 years later ended up, I feel like it was meant to happen.
Bingo.
It was meant to happen. 25 years later. I don't know if she agrees, but I feel like
The way it did, I mean,
because of the way it happened.
we would have never lasted when we were younger.
Now, those levels of success do you apply them going into a relationship also?
Yes.
Your level of expectation, level of.
But it also depends on how you analyze things, right? So if you was to ask Lisa, she would say that I'm a guy that traditional man and women have traditional roles and men have traditional roles, right?
Right. Yes.
I don't like her taking my trash out.
Good. I don't like taking trash out.
No, I don't like.
I don't.
But she'll do it. She'll take the fucking trash out, and it pisses me off. But I don't tell her that. I don't tell her.
The only reason it pisses me off when she takes the trash out.
I just hate it getting overfilled and then it doesn't
She'll
go
do it in a
out.
nightie.
No. Like
Big girl.
yeah. No, not that. Not with how she'll do it, but My neighbors are seeing you take my fucking trash out. That's like me letting you pump your own fucking gas. Like if I'm sitting in the fucking car,
Well, I let you pump your gas one time.
you'll never live that down.
Yeah, no. I was in the middle of.
2 days ago.
I was in the middle of editing our video,
It was
so
2 days ago.
it was a couple days ago. Other than that, I always jump out and pump the gas.
He normally gets out and pumps the gas, but when he's angry at me or we're having a dispute,
Yeah, I want
he
you to see my
definitely won't
value.
Get out.
Right, you're gonna see-
he will
you're gonna
be like,
see-
whatever you do. And there was only one
Yeah.
time that happened, and I looked at him like this motherfucker. but at the same time, I'm like, whatever, I'll do it.
Right.
It's Capricorn in me, whatever. You know.
But my thing is, and
But you should always appreciate the other person's value.
But I do though. I
Exactly.
appreciate that he does that. It's like even scraping off my car, like when we got the snow and the ice. He went out there. I'm sorry. He went out there and did it and did the ice. I didn't even ask him to. And I'm a person. The way we grew up is, my mother. If you go out there and start doing it, they're going to eventually come out and help you because they're going to feel a little bit of, guilt.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to help you then, right? But that's not how it's supposed to be.
Right.
It should be what he does. It should be he takes the trash. I just get, I want to get stuff done.
So
That's
even
my
when,
personality.
in the beginning of our relationship, right, and we wasn't living together, and she was living with her mom. My thing was, I'm already living here by myself. I pay for everything already.
Okay.
It's a 2-bedroom apartment. I already pay for everything. So no, you don't have to pay for anything here, right? And when we go through hard times or something tragic happens, then we have to both chip in and make sure that we get back. But my thing is no, women shouldn't have to go 50-50, but at the same time, it's not like you get free money. We
Right.
have to build.
Right. It's a team.
It's a team effort. We
Right.
have to, if I'm paying for everything, then you're doing the investments.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Not just for you, for us.
Right. Now that's how I lived with my husband, my ex-husband. That's how he worked. I stayed home. I gave up my career for our family. One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made.
No, you still
Because-
worked.
No, I didn't. I gave
You
it up.
did. The home is a workplace.
Right. But then it was, I have to fight. I had to fight to get money to support. After it was like,
So
I'm
there should be
done.
4 accounts. There should be 4 bank accounts.
There should be 4.
Yes, it's the quad.
Personal.
It's the what is it? I think it's Rich Dad Poor Dad,
It
right?
is.
So the quad is you got the bank account for the house, you got the bank account for you, the bank account for him, and the bank account for the joint situations.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, for the bills. You got the bills, you got the, however you're going to set it up.
Right.
But you run your house like a business. It is a business, right? And the employees have to get paid, even down to the kids.
Right. Yeah.
Right? They get allowances, but they have to be taught how to. You have to build a relationship with money. The kids have to be taught how to invest. And my father would give us a New Year's hat every New Year's. Mm-hmm. And if you had your New Year's hat at the end of the year, you made $100.
Really?
Nobody never had that fucking hat.
I would have kept that hat.
Yeah, if you right. But every year he told you have this hat next year, you made $100. Nobody never had that fucking hat.
Box for it.
Yeah.
But
Put it away in my closet.
the 4 accounts thing.
That's
all right,
my
so
New Year's hat.
Right.
that's when so they're married. Now coming out of that, I let her touch on that part. But so now that we're in a relationship, so I was already,
Stable.
yes, but my house is everything's already, I do all my investing, all my banking, all my bills, the house, the machine was already running.
Right.
So the 4 bank account thing, I don't think, I mean, she has access. She
Well-
can have whatever she wants. I don't.
This is something that I picked up after reading 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, what else? Think and Grow Rich, right? That wasn't my concept initially in my prior relationships.
Really?
No, I had no clue, and it was just, we was flying by the seat of our fucking pants.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to run. Like I said, I was a boy flopping
Right.
around in man's shoes, right?
So what were you doing? Were you just
I would just,
Take care.
first of all,
Oh,
I was
okay.
doing street shit.
Yeah.
So money
Was easy.
wasn't, and money wasn't like something, and except for probably my second relationship, I didn't really get good at the street shit until my third relationship.
So when my dad helped me out with being able to manage the finances and all that. He helped me out with that because when I was 18, I purchased my first house. But he helped me figure out nobody else is going to be here to do this.
Yeah, I didn't have.
You need to make sure your bills are paid on time. How to manage credit.
Yes.
Always keep your credit under 30%.
Yes, the 30 rule. Yeah.
Yeah, but how to make sure you maintain the bills and the housing. And I didn't do that. Bought my first house at 18.
So that's what I'm saying. That right there.
And I've just been running like a machine ever since. So
I didn't get none of the discipline. All of my discipline came out of the streets.
Yeah, no, I got discipline from the streets too, but
I'm talking about even helping.
But you're talking about people that were giving you game.
No, they wasn't even giving it to me. I had to pick their brains for it.
Okay.
Right. I had to.
He had a disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to mind other people's thoughts to get the information. And when I did my first $50,000 bank loan, when I from the house on Lincoln Drive, right? Me and my daughter's mom had a house on Lincoln Drive. I couldn't even put nothing in my name.
Yeah.
All of my cards, I didn't have no paperwork. Even when I sat down with Swiss after I sold 1,000 of my first album, and I sat down with Swiss, that's how I learned about UPC codes. Because he was like, I got the money to show you that I made, but I have no money trail from the bank and depositing the money, nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
But you, Kim, okay, minus from that standpoint of it, you still took care of home. Home was still taken care of. Your woman was still provided for. Your children were still provided for. Home was still taken care of. It just wasn't in the sense of
but not according to the women that I was with.
Well, they're always going to say.
Yeah, but it just wasn't in the sense of your credit is in order. Your the way you're paying bills and everything. It wasn't in that.
No, it wasn't in
sense
that. It wasn't that because that wasn't
That comes when
I didn't
you're older.
care about
Yeah.
right. That comes when you're older, right? I didn't know about a FICO score.
Yeah.
Didn't give a fuck about it.
My discipline came from the full circle when I was dating her. But that time frame, my mom, we had the house in Ventnor. This is when they were divorced, and this is part of the reason why I got the discipline to swear that I would never go through that shit again. Is she would drink, and so she had the house, which was paid for, but there was no water, no heat. No electric.
That's your mother?
Yeah. So I was basically sleeping on this cold ass floor, and if we were lucky to find some fucking wood, I would get a little bit of heat in the winter. But other than that, and then from that point, I was like, you know what, I will never be in that situation.
And that's
again. And so I would do the research and learn and discipline on how to make sure to finance, how to get money. And turn money into money and never lose money and never sleep on a fucking cold floor again.
You both as males, you took
never be
your
able to not eat.
experiences from even a woman's standpoint around your mother's and you made it into something more successful for yourselves too. You looked at your mother's scenario, them on their own, and you don't want that for yourself or your family.
Well, this is
She
what
was
makes it
stubborn,
hard
'cause
for
she
me
didn't have to live like
to
that.
let
Yeah.
a woman
Which is crazy.
take the reins, right? Because my mother took us out of a fully functional house that my father had and had us living inside of a shell in North Philly with no windows, no electric, no gas, no plumbing.
Why?
Because she was in danger.
Stubbornness too.
Yeah.
We were never in any danger living with my father. You were in danger, right? So you wanted to leave, and you took us with you
But
to
yous
cause
were
some
safe.
hurt.
Yeah.
We were safe. But you're going to paint the picture that we weren't because you want to cause him pain, and the only way that you can do that is through us.
And to have control. She
And
got
to
you
have
with them.
control. So now I'm suffering your fate, right, as a child, which made me look at you and be like, you can no longer be the leader. So I can't, it's hard.
But maybe she didn't want you to be thinking that's okay.
No,
to
but she
treat a
didn't
woman that
know.
way.
She didn't know. She had no idea, and my father had no idea. Their thoughts were very antiquated, right? They were governed by a old processing system that they probably got from their parents, right? So me looking at
Just like we
how
get
my
ours from
father
ours.
was treating her, but he's treating her that way based off of her actions. Like as a child, you don't know what she's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. All you see is the reaction. You don't see what causes the reaction.
Right.
Right. So.
Yeah.
But sometimes there isn't one. Not always.
No.
Not
There's
always.
there's no effect without cause.
Yeah.
Cause and effect is hand in hand. There's no right side without a left side.
No, but sometimes the guy might just have his own trigger.
Well, also
So
too.
okay.
hold on.
Maybe
He just
she
mentioned
didn't,
a trigger. So for anybody with a trigger, it's not for you to blame another. Oh, you triggered me. The question should be, why do I have a trigger?
Well, yeah, right.
So
That should be the question.
So let me bounce off of you. So like he said, his mom was stubborn. The fact that, no, you did not need to take your children shows also a point of stubbornness there too. You could have taken yourself.
We can
and
make
you
any
essentially
reasoning for it.
not to.
Yeah.
We can, right? But what happened caused me to not be able to take that. Like, I know sometimes I can't be the leader, right? But I don't feel safe not being the leader when it comes to my relationships.
Okay. I know what you mean.
Because you may make the wrong choice and we end up in a shell or a box.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a defense, like
Yes.
mechanism, like to make sure.
How you doing, guys?
They're trying to figure it
They're
out.
trying to
What's
figure it
going
out.
on.
Yeah. Like, what is this place?
So,
Hello.
hello.
Are you guys married? Because we're doing a relationship podcast right now.
Hey, how are you?
Hi.
How long you guys been married?
Congratulations. It's beautiful.
21
Awesome.
years? Congratulations. That is awesome. Well, I would love to have you on the podcast, but we're kind of full right now.
Yeah.
But you guys can stop by anytime.
We're just wondering what was going on.
So we're filming. This is a content creation store where you can film a podcast. You could do green
Green
screen.
screen.
There's also laser tag for kids in the back, and we do birthday parties. Birthday parties from ages 6 and up.
And karaoke in.
And
Don't
karaoke.
forget that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the kids can use these costumes and create superhero movies on the green screen over there.
Yeah, I got 2 teenagers, so
Yeah, they would love
Send them
it.
on over. They'll love it.
18 and 16-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have a good one. Bye.
Nice meeting you
Have a
guys.
good one.
Wow,
21
they.
years.
How many years were they?
21.
21 years.
That's crazy.
That's a long
Their
time.
relationship is old enough to drink.
That's patience. Yeah. That's patience.
That's what Beyonce was talking about,
That
drunken
is
love.
patience. It's also knowing your person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think people give up too easy.
They
Oh,
do.
yeah,
It's
like
Ups and
we-
downs,
today.
people
we-
give up. You gotta.
Our relationship, we done been through some shit in these 2 years.
Yeah.
In these 2 years.
But we haven't
It's a
given
little
up
over
on
3.
each
But
other.
Like-
most of our shit was in the beginning.
Did it bring you closer?
Sometimes
Yeah.
I have us sleeping in separate rooms.
Yeah. But even then, okay.
Sometimes we toxic as shit.
That's fine.
Yeah, like
So here's my question.
I'm gonna keep
Makes
it a
it
beat.
When
interesting.
you're arguing, do you believe in sleeping in separate rooms, or do you believe,
Going to
even though you're angry, you should go to sleep in the same bed? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I talk with my hands.
We live in different houses. So,
And that's not unusual.
Okay. Yeah, that's not unusual.
well, my kids are young. I mean, it's just, I'm in South Philly. He's all the way in Huntington Valley.
Yeah,
My kid's school's in South Philly. That's
yeah.
a whole other issue. But,
Well, not necessarily, because I know married couples that live in separate houses.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
And-
But we still are together most nights.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very few that we aren't still in the same
But the fact that you can
building.
go home and take a break from each other will probably make the relationship even last longer. Because a lot of the times in a relationship, it's the close quarters that
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
drive people insane.
Well, that's why you could go to separate parts of the house. Like, hey, you go cool off, go watch TV and you're whatever.
So I'm
I'll
gonna
go
take
down
your
here and do
answer
my
as
thing.
yes, you would sleep in separate rooms if you're
We
here.
never got.
Yeah,
well, I
but we
can't speak for
yeah.
her, but I would say we've never actually gotten to that point to where.
It's not important to me either way. Like, if I'm mad, I'm mad. I'm going to be mad. I mean, unless it has to be really bad for me, to want him to get away from me, which has not happened yet.
But what if you want to get away from him?
Like,
That's what she
well,
just
that's,
said.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah,
because I'm not going anywhere. He is.
Yeah.
But It's like it's
So you believe in the traditional aspect of the relationship where the man has to leave.
yeah.
But I would
Well,
just leave her house and go to mine.
The thing is, I love it. I saw the two kids. So me leaving, I take the two kids with me. It's just easier for
It's just
one to
easier
go.
for me to just go back to my house for the night and just be like, all right, cool.
So
we'll check back in.
if you were living together, right?
This is hypothetical.
Hypothetically, you're living together with the kids. It would still be easier for the man to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Man, you know what?
you would want him to convenience you, even though you've upsetted him.
Well, it depends. See, it depends how mad. It could be. I could just go sleep on the couch.
Yeah,
Well, that's
my
what
house is
I'm
big enough
saying.
to where I could go
just
and
going to the
Be in a
couch
different
or to the
section.
be in a
bed.
different section,
Yeah.
and you know.
But are you both?
be enough
So
space.
the better question is that comes down to stubbornness too. Are you both that stubborn that you couldn't? It doesn't matter what you're angry about. They say you shouldn't go to sleep.
And you know what?
angry at
We're
one
going to
believe in that.
answer that
I don't
question on
believe-
part 2.
Yeah.
Guys, you got to stay tuned for part 2. Love After War. Make sure you stay tuned in right here
Coming right back after this commercial break.
after this commercial break.